mindset.tv, where each week we delve into the mindsets and see how they are creating our experiences. From our finances, our careers, our children, our relationships, our health. Hi, my name is Lisa Myers, and I am so excited to have you here with us today. Today we are talking with Suzanne Glover with EffectivePositiveThinking.com. And today we are talking about overcoming negative thinking. So please join us on Google Hangouts. Today with Suzanne Glover. I'm so excited to have her today. And it's overcoming negative thinking and become a money magnet. Suzanne Glover is the author of the Effective Positive Thinking e-program, which says all of the self-help gurus out there say positive thinking is the force that motivates satisfaction. Yet, for years, you have been led down the positive thinking path only to be left wanting. There is a step beyond positive thinking, and Suzanne Glover has combined all of her years of practical application to bring you that step, learning the missing link that makes your life work. How exciting. Suzanne Glover, author, motivational speaker, hypnotherapist, and actress, is a personal development professional who inspires and encourages you to become your best. Suzanne has a unique approach to helping people because she mixes her background as a professional model and actress with effective hypnosis and positive thinking techniques to give extraordinary tools that work inside and out for better communication, presentation, and successful mindset. Suzanne is one of those self-help authors and presenters who is passionate about getting more out of life for herself and guiding others to do the same. So welcome, Suzanne. It's so nice to have you here with us.
Thank you, Lisa. Really nice to be here with you today. Thank you.
So there's a lot that we coincide with as well. I've been doing some rebranding, and I'm moving from positive change consultant to relationship specialist, and I also do hypnotherapy. So we do have a lot in common in that. So what got you onto this path?
Well, a long time ago, and I'm sure you can relate to this, Lisa, someone told me that I should be a model. Now, I'm sure we all can relate to being told what to do, right?
Yes.
So, yes. I was told I should be a model, so I became a model, and I didn't have a whole lot of confidence. But that was a wake-up call for me because it was my opportunity to learn how to build that confidence and learn that change was possible. So I went into a world that was pretty tough to be in. Nobody respected me. Nobody loved me. So I had to learn to really love and respect myself. So I did. I mean, through that experience, I started getting that self-acceptance inside and learning how to really make my own internal changes, which led me to be, what was I? I was a seasoned actress. I had my own coaching studio where I was helping other people enter that business and really helping them create and find that self-acceptance inside of themselves. So that's where it started, and it led into being a hypnotherapist and creating the Effective Positive Thinking program because it's just all one big ball of wax.
Yes, yes. So what have you found in your practice? What are, I mean, like you say, you had to develop this, which a lot of times people have that problem. I mean, they come, they don't know where to go, and they don't really realize that their thoughts are creating their life.
They are absolutely creating their life. And a lot of times there's that self-talk going on in our heads that we want to ignore, right? We just say, no, 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 positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking, positive thinking, no negative, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So the thing to do actually is to embrace it. Say, okay, what are you saying to me? What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me? And finding ways, learning how to embrace it and learn from it. So let's take, what was her name? Sally. I had a client named Sally. She was in LA. I think she was in her 30s. She was pushing that negative thinking away, and really listening to whatever everybody else told her to do, really not getting anywhere, very frustrated, very depressed. And what she did, she learned through the Effective Positive Thinking program of how to embrace that self-talk and how to really turn it into finding what she wants out of life and listening to it and listening to that inner wisdom. And when she did that, she started making change, making the kind of change that we all want to make and become free and get that self-confidence, you know? It was a really cool story.
Nice. So what is the missing link? Because, you know, like you say, you know, everybody's saying be positive, be positive.
Yeah.
So what is the missing link, and how did you go about creating your e-program?
I have found that there's a couple of, it's a kind of a 1-2 question, so I'll do 1-2 answer.
Okay.
The first missing link is really giving yourself permission, really giving yourself that permission. And how do you do that? You just say, you start that self-acceptance process of saying, I'm okay and I can listen to myself, and whatever I find, I'm okay doing that. And that's that first step, that permission. And what I found when you start doing that and you start learning tools and you start using, a lot of times we don't make change happen because we do everything all at once. You know, a personal development junkie type of person, and you do everything. You do hypnosis, you do affirmations, you do whatever, biofeedback, you're doing it all, right? Well, Teresa, what was her name? Teresa, she was a business owner in her 50s. She was doing that. And what she learned when she used the Effective Positive Thinking program was how to use a personal development plan to really get it all going in the same direction, and then use tools, you see, to make it happen. So first step 1 is give yourself some permission to actually go out there. And 2, give yourself a plan and use some really effective tools that you can use in a synergistic way. So that they're all working together.
So, and why is it important to look beyond our current reality?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
You really want to keep your eye on the future because it gives you hope. You have hope that you're going to be moving into a new realm, but 2, it also opens up that new realm because you can see it. So it's a catch-22. You can't go anywhere. It's like a map. If you want to go from New York to LA, no. New York to California, you're either going to have to drive blindly or you're going to need a map. And you're going to have to see where you're going. If you can't see where you're going, how are you going to get there? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So keeping your current reality in your mind is going to keep you in New York. But if you keep your eye on California, you're going to start dreaming about California. You're going to start thinking, oh, I really want a tan. Oh, I really want this. And it's going to move you in that direction naturally without even really, it sounds weird, thinking about it. That makes sense. You're thinking about it, and it's creating that desire inside of you, and all of a sudden you go, wow, I want to do that. And it's just a natural movement because you've been focusing on moving into that.
Yeah. So having a plan of action of where you're going and so forth is a start. So when a client sits down with you, what do they look at and what do they expect? Or what are they hoping for?
Well, in general, my side of what they're telling me, because I never know what's in their heads, what I'm hearing from people is a lot of I can't, I don't believe in myself, I've tried this before, it hasn't worked. Well, so then we start exploring, well, why hasn't it worked? Well, I really didn't believe it was going to work. Well, why didn't you believe it was? Well, because nothing ever works. Well, then we get down into the layers and layers and layers and layers of what's really going on for them. And that's what the whole first level of my program, the Effective Positive Thinking program, covers how to really dig down and find those root causes of what's going on for us. Because surfacey, well, I didn't believe it was going to happen. Well, there's a reason for that. Well, why didn't you believe it? Well, because nothing ever happens. Well, why not? Well, because my dad died when I was a kid. And so, it gets down. And I got a story. Let's see, what was her name? Mary. Mary was a shopaholic. And this elaborates, gives you an example of why I'm talking about getting down to the root. Mary was a shopaholic. And she thought she was a shopaholic. Buy, spend. That's all she ever wanted to do. Well, so people would say, hey, Mary, you're a shopaholic. You got to do something about that, girl. But her problem was not being a shopaholic. Once she started using Effective Positive Thinking program and got down to the root of her behaviors, her negative behaviors, she learned that she needed to be in a chaotic life. So for her, being in a financially chaotic life worked for her. Once she understood that, she got down to the root, then she was able to address. So when people come to me, we really want to get down to that root issue of what's going on here? Well, I don't know. And there's steps to do that. Give yourself permission, embrace your negative thinking, use a plan and effective tools, and get some guidance to do this.
So where can they find you at?
EffectivePositiveThinking.com. It's a website I've built all by myself. I've written tons of articles. Effective Positive Thinking. Oh, and there is a free quiz on there that Am I Thinking Negative is the name of it. So you can take the free quiz and find out if you're thinking negative.
And also,
and I'll tell you, you probably are.
Yeah, you're taking the quiz. Good chance. So with this, so just to let the audience know, on our web TV, we do just kind of like a small 15-minute interview, and then I will be having Suzanne on my Blog Talk Radio show. So it's blogtalkradio.com/Lisa Myers, and that information will be up on the board. And we will be doing that Monday at 10 a.m. and we'll have a longer, more in-depth conversation about positive thinking. So what are maybe a couple steps or one step that they may be able to take right now? And again, going to your website, so give me your website again.
EffectivePositiveThinking.com.
Okay, and I invite everybody to go out and do the quiz, see what your thinking is. But maybe you can leave us with something to help for somebody that's struggling right now.
Right now, what I want you to do is just to take a moment and take a breath. If you have a problem, just let go of it. Just let go. Now, that's not going to solve it, but it is a step because you start changing your body chemistry as you start letting go and looking into a new direction. So for right now, don't ignore things. See what's bubbling up. If you start saying, oh, gee, I can't, ask yourself, well, why can't I? Just start asking yourself, why can't I? And start having some conversations with yourself. But don't let people see you do that. They'll think you're crazy. Okay? Just start exploring what's going on inside.
Absolutely. Thank you, Suzanne, for being with us. And again, this is just kind of more of a short snippet. And we will have Suzanne on blogtalkradio.com/Lisa Myers Monday at 10 a.m. And so I'm just so thrilled to have you on that recording.
Thank you. My pleasure, Lisa. Thank you.
And that will be, just to make sure that everybody knows, it's not this Monday. I was just thinking this is airing, and it will be, to make sure that everybody knows, Monday, February 10th. So Monday, February 10th at 10 a.m. Thank you, Suzanne, for being with us, and I look forward to talking and getting to know you more.
I do too. Thank you, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.